This bloke could have bought a Ram TRX, but he chose the new 2500 instead. The Ram 2500 MY26 model is going to be a cracker of a HD truck here in Australia. The TRX came in limited numbers, but they just weren't versatile for all different use cases that customers need. This customer wanted a bit of everything for every different situation, whether it be towing out west, looking good around town, throwing different trailers on the rear end and being legal the whole time. The TRX, it could have been a great vehicle choice, but a big thirsty petrol with a lot of power definitely has the street cred. You can't put a 4.5 ton van on the back and tow legally in every state around the country. If you're interstate looking at getting an American truck built, get in touch today. We can help bring your vehicle into the workshop. And if choosing the right vehicle is a hard decision for you, make sure you download our new free buyer's kit, read up on over 20 chapters of useful information, and make sure that you purchase the right vehicle to suit your needs, your budget, your family dynamic, and what sort of use case you're intending to use the vehicle for. In this video, we'll run through what we've done here for stage 2. You might have seen this build here in a previous video. The customer's now got it on the road, it's registered. We'll get into that in more detail as well. Added a few extra goodies, and now this thing is ready to boogie all around the country. Starting with the most important thing, and that's how this vehicle has been registered here in Australia. We did a pre-registration GVM upgrade, which turned this vehicle here from being able to drive it on a car license to being in the NB2 National Heavy Vehicle category, and now you do need a light rigid truck license to drive it. Having a 5460 kilo GVM, this vehicle here with the full build done still has over 1300 kilos of payload to play with. That's for your ball weight from your caravan or the boat, gear in the rear, people inside the vehicle, and whatever else you want to load on the vehicle itself. So plenty of payload to go on this Ram 2500, and the first important decision factor was registering it as a truck. If you don't know anything about NB1, NB2, the free buyer's kit will give you plenty of information to read up on there. Give us your feedback as well. If there's still information not in the buyer's kit, we can help upload that one there and help you choose the right vehicle from the start. The suspension, the wheels and the tyres, the airbags in the rear end and the tow bar wiring. That's what I call the essentials kit for any truck build through the workshop. The ride performance is the #1 factor to get right. It's the difference between having a confident tow vehicle on the road and having something where the trailer wants to throw around the vehicle or it's just outright dangerous. We use some of the best brands in the world when it comes to suspension, wheels, tyres, and all of the components that add to that superior ride performance. This one here runs a Carly 2.5-inch pin top suspension kit that utilises a King shock in the front end and in the rear end. These shocks here from King, if you know, King offer one of the best shocks in the world, and they're tuned by Carly. They're dialed in for the Ram 2500 platform, and these shocks here will perform for years and years to come. One thing that we can do for these shock absorbers is we can remove them after 40,000 Ks or about a year of heavy use, get the shocks revalved, get them serviced, get them checked, and doing this one here every 12 months will keep your shockies in good order. If you're a previous customer looking for this service, we can help put you in touch with a few good shops around the country to get your shockies back to life and ready to last the next few years. With the leveling kit, it's got all the good parts from Carly suspension. You've got your adjustable front Panhard rod, and that's what keeps the axle centered when you lift the vehicle. So having a solid axle vehicle, the higher you lift the truck, that axle wants to kick over to one side. Adjusting your Panhard rod in the middle there will help center that axle, get you a good wheel alignment and good drive performance. We've also added the Carly radius arms to this kit here. It's got the weld-on limit straps. We've then added the torsion sway bar from Carly, low mount steering stabiliser, high mount steering stabiliser, all of the optional upgrades which makes this vehicle drive really well. The rear end suspension is almost more important to get right than the front, but we'll get to that one when we get up to the rear end. Another couple of things under the front end here, we cut off the factory shock mounts. That is a known weak point in the new Ram 2500, 3500s from 2019 plus. Cutting off those shock mounts, welding on the Carly Dominator shock mounts is part of every single kit that we do now through the workshop. Then adding a good wheel and tyre combination means that this vehicle now performs really, really well. We've got 18x9 HD Method 305 NVs. These ones are an 18x9 positive 18 fitment, and you'll notice that we have gone for the colour-coded flares. The reason why we've done that is Ram decided to take off the factory flares off the vehicle in 2022 plus. They gave you colour-coded bumpers as a factory, and the new MY26 models are hitting Australia in the beautiful night edition. You still don't have those flares though. So adding the flares will cover the tyre tread, keep it legal. We've got the Rockbox mud flaps on this one here. Depending on what sort of offset of wheel and tyre combo you go, the height of the suspension is going to be the deciding factor at what sort of mud flaps we can add to the vehicle itself. We've got some pretty cool features coming when it comes to mud flaps, kicking it back a little bit, so those wanting to run a bigger tyre, the more aggressive the offset, the more you're going to need to trim in this mud flap area. We've got some pretty cool things coming, which will allow you to run these bigger tyres, but still have mud flaps, which will stop a lot of the stones, the sticks, the rocks, flicking up the vehicle and damaging the side. So good suspension, good wheels and tyres, the flares to keep everything legal. The rear end, like we said, we'll get into in just a minute. And that's the ride performance that you really want to consider getting right on your new vehicle. If budget is one thing and you're being conscious of what you're spending for stage one, spending the money on good components in this essentials build is definitely my #1 consideration and what I think most people should be spending their dollars on. If the vehicle can tow the Caravan safely, it charges the Caravan with the tow bar wiring at the rear end, and it's nice and confident on the road, everyone in the vehicle is going to stay safe. The wife's going to be happy, the kids are going to be happy in the rear end, and you're going to hit that next destination on time and be safe while you're at it. The HD trucks, if you haven't been into one, get into your local dealer, drive all of the different platforms, and we're confident no matter if it's the Ram, the Ford, or the Chevy HD trucks, nothing tows like a HD truck here in Australia. When we talk about the electronics on the vehicle, the MY26 Rams do have a brand new wiring architecture through the entire vehicle. That has thrown a little bit of a spanner in the works with the first vehicles that came through the workshop. We had a bunch of parts ready for the first ones earlier on in the year. Electric side steps didn't work, front bar LED lighting, high beam pickups from the headlights was an issue, the fuel tank was an issue because of the new transmission, and there was definitely a fair few challenges to get right. We've now dialed in all of those hard bits and we've got our head around the Ram 25 and the 3500s. With adding bar work, roof rack, LED lights and a lot of other accessories is where the build can start getting a little bit tricky, and that's where we come in. We make the process easy and we make sure that you invest in the right components to not just get the stage done that you're chasing now, but talking about the end goal with the vehicle and getting everything dialed in. If you're chasing front bars, for example, we've done loads of testing, and on this one here, we've got the Outback Kitters pre-runner front bar. This is also being color-coded to the PXJ Black, which is the color code of the Ram itself. It definitely looks the part, but it has been quite challenging because there's a new radar on the new Ram and that front camera as well. We re-ADAS every single vehicle that comes through the workshop, and I don't think there'd be many workshops around Australia that spend the time that we do going out on the roads, testing the vehicles to make sure that all the 360 cameras, the adaptive cruise radars, all of the safety features of the Ram is dialed in and where it should be. It doesn't take much for the front camera to be offset in a different location and to wig out the entire system. So we spend hours and hours with the right equipment that we've spent a lot of dollars on to make sure that all the vehicles get onto the road, they're safe, they're legal, they're compliant, and they've been calibrated with all of the safety measures back into the factory positioning, and everything's happy on the vehicle itself. Being a converted truck, they've already got their weird bits, as I call it. You've had a left-hand drive vehicle enter Australia, they've been remanufactured, and they're now right-hand drive. So messing with the vehicle itself is what we don't want to do here. And so getting these safety features with the ADAS recalibration, the cameras, the blind spot monitors, all of those things dialed back in is very, very important to us. And so is that ride like we talked about. Getting the ride dialed in, #1, adding the cool bits like the Big Dog Builds roof rack, the side lights, the front light bar, spotties on the bar up the front as well. We've also installed the Switch Pro switching unit into this one here, and the customer is ready to turn on those lights, triggered by the high beam, turn on the side lights, UHF's up on top. We've got the Starlink mount with the Gorilla mount up on top. Having the Gorilla mount with our Starlink mount on the roof rack means that this customer can easily take that unit off the roof rack, pop it onto another Gorilla mount onto a different vehicle, have the Starlink Mini in portable form, and having the wiring here now from the behind seat battery setup, ready to power up that Starlink switch through the Switch Pro, means that the customer doesn't need to worry. If he took the unit off the vehicle, all the wiring stays on and it's super easy to swap between this one and other vehicles. In this RAM 2500, we've squeezed a 120 amp super slim battery in behind the seat. There's bugger all room in behind the seat here, so the team have been busy refabricating the brackets to squeeze a 120 amp super slim battery. We've got outlets both in the vehicle as well as in the rear, which we'll get into. You've got Gray Anderson plugs that you can plug a fridge in, for example. And the cool feature with the RAM is you can quite easily pop that little thing down there, whack a 40 litre Engel or little Waco or something like that on that platform there, plug it into the Gray Anderson plug, and you've got the Red Vision app for this behind seat battery setup, which means that you can monitor the state of charge. You can see how fast it's charging and how much power the upgrades are using. Having the Red Vision app means that you can see all of the power requirements, the state of charge, the state of origin night. The Maroons better get up. The Dominoes are getting delivered, so Al and I can eat something before the mad rush. But I'll see if I can connect to the Red Vision app, which it's not liking me. I might have to go over and push it on the unit itself. But 50 amp charge through the Alpha R charger means that this one here will charge in a heartbeat. It's got that 120 amp super slim, which is plenty enough for fridges. Not really big enough for a big 2000 watt inverter, but this setup here, if you're not wanting to use up more space inside the tub, is definitely a very good feature. Pop that one back so I don't get in trouble by the customer. And that blue plate there is where we've engineered the vehicle from NB1 to NB2 and got it up to the 5460 kilo GVM, and it's now legal in every state around the country with a massive 1300 kilos of payload still to go. You might have also noticed the electric side step. We've got the real truck side steps on this one here. Those electric side steps, we've dialed those ones in as well. There was a few challenges on the first models that we did have come through. And speaking of Dominoes, the driver's here right now, and we're gonna have to cut for dinner. And this RAM here needs to get the video done. So straight back into it, the rear end. It's just, I call these videos my second job. It's night outside, and we're still here filming late, but the RAM 2500 will get straight back into it. It's not hard filming and doing the big hours when you get to look at trucks like this come through the workshop. So shout out to all of our customers that trust us with the vehicle from pre-registration, come back for a stage 2. I don't even think this one was with the customer for a matter of a month before he decided to come back, add the roof rack combo. There's rear work lights that we've also added to the rear end of the roof rack as well. And we've got all of the outputs inside the rear. So ARB twin compressor with the brushless compressor, switch on that one there. We've also got the Gray Anderson plug outlets from the behind seat battery setup. We've also got a phone charging spot there as well, USB-C, USB-A, and then the Red Anderson plug. That's your input for your solar panel. You've got a blanket, throw it in there. EGR electric tonneau cover on the back here as well. That's got the T-slots in the side of the tonneau cover. And what that means is we've got some pretty cool features coming. We've got some tub rack designs coming over the top there, whether you're wanting to put a rooftop tent, add an extra little rack on the back end there. You might want to run some larger tyres, and we can now put the spare wheel on top on that new rack that's coming. So stay tuned for some pretty cool products that the team are busy working on. But the rear end here is really where the business happens. Big 7,000 kilo Jenny hitch combo. That one there is what I rate when the tow ball weight is 300 kilos or more. And then we've got the red and the Gray Anderson plug at the back. We've got the safety Dave wiring in there for the Caravan camera. 12-pin plug standard, of course, from Ram Trucks Australia. We've also got the air outlet doubled up as well down here on the tow bar. Airbags in the rear end, the coils in the rear end of the 2500. You've got different rate of coils depending on the weight of the vehicle itself. We've got the standard rate coils, the Boss triple bellow airbags next to these coils, and getting the rear end dialed in is almost more important than the front. Every Ram 2500 that we do, rear sway bar end links, we play around with the rear track bar as well, make sure that that's in a happy position, because just like the front, as you raise the vehicle up, the axle wants to kick over to the side. Being a solid axle setup, this is just what happens, and having the adjustability and the different products that we can offer for the rear end of the Ram. Makes towing a trailer off the rear end nice and safe. It's confident on the road, and we can dial in that coil rate if you're wanting to add a fair bit of extra weight down the track and you realize that you're using too much air in those airbags, we can get the whole thing dialed in. If you're chasing a full canopy setup, we can do it on the Ram 2500. Just remember, this vehicle here has still got 1,300 kilos of payload to play with. If we rip the tub off, I'm assuming this setup here with what we've got in the rear, it's going to be a good few hundred kilos. A good canopy is going to weigh a fair bit still as well though. So you can quite easily hit that 54, 60 kilo GVM if you're putting a full canopy setup, especially if you've got a boat or a rooftop tent up on top. And that's when I recommend customers go straight into the 3500 category. The reason the 3500 category is it's got leaf springs in the rear end, and we can get the GVM up at that 5,800 kilo mark. If you're still deciding between Ram, Chevy or Ford in a HD truck, download the buyer's kit. There's plenty of information in there, but the Chevy 2500 is what I then compare against a Ram 3500. These Ram 2500s with the coils front and rear, some say they're a whole lot comfier around town. You probably will notice a little bit of difference in the rear axle, but we can dial in all of the HD trucks to be safe, compliant, reliable. Whether you're building it to suit a budget or you've got a use case in mind or a big trip up ahead, the team here are very experienced. We've done over 850 trucks now through the workshop, and we're ready to get your new HD truck in, built and back on the road in a heartbeat. I've got Domino's to eat, but if you want to see more of these videos, check these two out here and these two down below. They're pretty cool as well.